I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fiber of my entire being. How are you feeling right now, beautiful soul? So today I want to share with you 3 life-changing tools, 3 pillars of mastery. And I guarantee you, once you implement these into your life, things are going to change massively. Okay? The first one is observation. Okay? When you start to take an observational standpoint of life itself, of your external reality, and also what is happening internally, within inside of you, when you start to observe your thoughts and your emotions, when you start to observe things that are taking place in your reality field, you stop labeling, you stop judging, you stop defending, you stop attacking, you become an observer. You create space between you and the things that are happening around you. You create space between you and the thoughts in your own head. A lot of them aren't your own. A lot of the emotions you feel are not your own. When you start to observe everything, you detach yourself from it. You become separate from it. And you look at it from a third-party perspective. And it creates space. There's a 0.25 second window between stimulus and response. So when you're bouncing around in here, you're reactive. You know, things happen and you just start to chatter in your head and respond. Judging, blaming, attacking, defending. Labeling. It's unnecessary. A lot of our energy is used up by the thoughts inside of our head. 80% of our energy, of our potential, is used by overthinking unnecessary stuff. It's crazy, it's nuts, it's wild, it's bonkers. Okay, so when you start to live from your heart space, this thing right here, your life compass, which is like another brain with 40,000 neurons, electrical energy pumping through it. When you realize that you're an electrical being, which is a whole other story, but when you start to tune into this life compass, it will guide you in the direction of your dreams. And when you take an observational standpoint and you create space in your life, it's much easier to listen to this, because this thing, you take it out of the equation. The second pillar is non-interference. And this is one of the hardest things to master for most people. And a lot of people say that non-interference is the highest form of mastery. And if you've got children, boy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When your children, if they're arguing or they're fighting, you know, you want to step in as a parent and you want to say, you know, pack it in, or you want to give this piece of advice or that piece of advice. Quite often the best thing to do is to stand back and observe. Because when you get involved, often the tables turn on you. It's the same in many situations. We should observe and let the natural course of the universe, the natural flow of life, the ebb and the flow of the current that's flowing through our reality field, let it just happen and unfold. It's like man always interferes with nature. Nature knows best. And we are a part of nature. But the problem is we've forgotten that. We're like trees, rooted into the earth. We're a part of everything around us. There is no separation. I remember a good friend of mine many years ago. He came out of a nightclub and there was a man and a woman arguing, and the man was really giving it to the woman. And my friend's gone up and said, hey, you know, leave her alone. Come on, man, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Just being caring. But he was interfering, and the man's turned around and started fighting with my friend. And they've ended up rolling around on the tarmac. And my friends ended up on top of this guy, and the lady that was being, you know, verbally and, you know, emotionally and physically attacked by this guy, she came over, took her stiletto off and hit my friend in the eyeball and blinded him. And said, get off my husband, effing this and effing that. Leave him alone. You know, sometimes interfering is not the best course of action. Most of the time, the majority of the time, Interference is not the thing to do, and it's really hard sometimes. We never really know what is for someone else's greatest growth and what other human beings are going through. We see our perspective from one focal point, from one singularity, but there are many perspectives of the same thing. And so sometimes it's best to kick back and observe and watch. Don't interfere. When you stop interfering and you observe everything, you detach yourself. Energy pours into your space. Your vibration goes through the roof. Your energy isn't being siphoned anymore. The third pillar of mastery, never explain yourself. And this is a big one. A lot of people, when they're communicating with other people, they say, well, you know, I'm going to go and do this because. And people will say, what are you up to? And you might say, well, I'm doing this because. A lot of people ask you to explain yourself, and a lot of the time we explain ourselves to other people without it being even necessary. A lot of the time we justify things to ourselves. You know, you feel like going and having a massage, or you feel like going and doing something for you and stepping away from the family or stepping away from your business and go and taking some me time. That is healthy. There's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of us live with self-worth issues, guilt patterning, rejection patterning, abandonment patterning. And so we feel that we have to justify these things to ourselves because we've lost that true connection to who we are and that love we have for ourselves, that healthy respect. But really and truthfully, we shouldn't explain anything, especially to ourselves, especially to another human being, anyone. We should never explain anything. If we want to do something, we should just go and do it. Observe life. Never interfere. Never explain yourself. And I promise you, your energy levels will go through the roof. A lot of people don't realize how entangled they are energetically with other reality fields that their soul is experiencing lifetimes in right now, with other human beings in this reality, and other beings that are not human. Our energy is being siphoned left, right, and center. But when we start to observe, we become still. We have this huge self-awareness open up around us and within us, and we start to see the truth. And once we start to see and experience the truth, we can't be manipulated anymore. We can't manipulate ourselves. And we do that a lot. We trick ourselves into false senses of security. It's crazy, but we do it. We think we have to explain to ourselves why we should do this and why we should do that. Never explain yourself again. Follow these 3 principles. Your heart will open, space will be created, your energy levels will rise, and life will be turbocharged. You're amazing, beautiful soul. Wherever you are on this glorious green and blue ball that we play this game of life on, go out and hug your sisters and your brothers. Hug them so tightly. And remember the golden rule of hugging. Never be the first to let go. Love fiercely and ferociously. And I will see you again very, very soon. Remember, check out our website, starmagichealing.com. We have the best ascension tools on the planet. Meditations, light language transmissions, cosmic yoga videos, nutrition, all sorts. Go and check out our app, download it from the Android store, the Apple store, and start changing your life right now. Follow these 3 principles. They will catalyze a huge vortex of energy in your own space, and you will balance the 0 point, becoming a master of dark and light. I'll see you again real soon, beautiful soul. Go and shine that magical light. One love, one heart, one human family. Peace out, beautiful soul. Get yourself over to infinity, and I will see you